So this one is exercise 3 related to the atomic structure and periodic table. The first question, which statement about atoms of all isotopes of carbon is correct? Like if we have isotopes of carbon such as carbon 12 is there and carbon 14, which statement is correct about them? You can also use mic or chat or screen annotation if you want to. So all are radioactive. No, they're not all radioactive. They have the same mass. They don't have the same mass. They have different. They have same number of neutron. That's totally wrong. They have same number of electron in the outer shell. This is one of the characteristic of isotope, or same proton in the nucleus. In question 2, we have two isotopes of carbon again. Which statement about the reactivity? Isotopes, they have the same reactivity. So carbon 12 is more reactive than carbon 14 is wrong. Carbon 12 is more reactive than carbon 14. That's also wrong. The reaction of a carbon 12 are similar to that of, because they have the same number of electron in the outer shell. That's right. Because the number of electron in the outer shell decide the chemical property. Even though they have the same, this statement is correct in terms of number of a proton, but not the reason for the reaction. Reaction of any atom depends on how many electrons are there in the last shell. Then atomic number and the nucleon number of potassium atom is shown here. How many protons, neutron are there? So atomic number, it represents the number of the proton. Because it's a potassium ion, so it means it should have less electrons. So if there are 19 protons are there, to be a positive ion, it should have 18 electrons, because the number of electrons should be less, or plus one is there, so one extra proton. And what about the neutron? Just we take a difference, 39 minus 19, so that is equals to 20. So there are 19 protons should be there. There should be 20 neutrons as we take a difference. And how many electrons? 18 electrons. That's why A should be the right answer. Is it clear, this one? Then element X has a proton 7 and element Y has a proton 8 more proton. Which statement is correct about them? So 7 proton, you can use a periodic table. Which element is having 7 proton? So 7 proton is nitrogen. And another, so this is element X. And then element Y, they mention that there is an element Y which has 8 more proton. So 8 more proton means 1, 2, 3. As a proton number change, the element will also change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So the one which is having 8 more protons, so this will be element Y. So element X and element, which is a phosphorus. So it means X and Y belongs to the same group, but different periods. Now check the statements which are correct. Y has more electron shells. That's true, because they belongs to different period. As X is having 2 electron shell as it belongs to period 2, but Y will have 3 electron shells as it belongs to period 3. Period 1 only 2 elements, hydrogen, helium. This is period 2 and this one is period 3. So X and Y belongs to different periods and Y is having more electron shells. That's why A should be the right answer. X has more electrons in the outer shell. That's wrong, because they're in the same group. That is group 5. So they will have same 5 electron in the outer shell. Y is in a different group of a periodic table. No, it's in the same group. And Y is in the same period. No, they are in the different period. X belongs to second period and Y belongs to third period. Is it clear? Question 4. which is a description of brass. Brass is an alloy. It's a mixture of copper and zinc. So A will be the right answer. Then the formula of aluminium sulfate. So aluminium is Al with a charge +3 and sulfate is SO4 with a charge -2. And if it was sulfide, then it will be SO3 with a charge -2. So we just cross multiply. As a valency cannot be further simplified, so we just cross multiply. So it will be Al2 SO4 in a bracket 3. So C will be the right answer. Then atomic structure of 4 particles are shown. Which particles have the same chemical property? To be a same chemical property, they should have same number of electron. If you check P and R, P with R, no. If you check P with S, no. If you check PQR, PQ is having same but not R. And if you check R and S, so R and S have the same electron in the outer shell. So they will have the same chemical property. So chemical properties depends on the number of electron in the outer shell. This question is about the copper and its compound. Copper has two different naturally occurring 63 and 65, the isotope. State the term for the atoms for same element with a different nucleon number. So what we call them as isotopes. Then atomic number is 29 because they are the same element, so same 29 and 29. Neutron, how to get a neutron number? We take a difference, 63 minus 29. That is 34. And this will be 36. And to get an electron, because it's an atom, it will have same number, but this one is a positively charged, so it will have less electrons than protons. So if 29 protons are there, there should be 27 electrons. Then if you need the average mass of the two isotopes, how to work out the average mass of the isotope? It's a percentage of isotope multiplied by its mass. So percentage is 70 and the mass is 63. Plus the percentage is 30 and the mass is 65 and divided by 100. That's how we work out the average mass of the two isotopes. So write your answer in 3 significant figures. So it will be 63.6. That's the average mass of the two isotopes. Then you have to deduce, like magnesium is there, 12 protons, so it's an atom, 12 electron, and how many neutron? We take a difference, 25 minus 12, so 13. Copper is there, it is 29 proton, and the charge is +2, so if it has 27. Then this one 17, so you have to use a periodic table, the element with 17. So you will find that is chlorine. So write 17 and then the total 17 plus 18, which make 17 plus 20 make 37. The nucleon number and the charge, because 17 proton and 18 electrons, so electrons are more, so the charge will be negative, minus. Then atom of an element X represented, name the different particles which are found in the nucleus. What we call them? We call them as the neutrons and protons. Term which we use for neutrons and proton, we call that as a nucleon number. Total number of particles, that is 34. The nucleon number is 34, so that's why it is 34. Then what is the electronic structure of X with a charge -2? Because 16 protons, so 16 electrons will be there. But now it is charge of -2, so extra 18 electrons now. Total 18 electron, extra 2 electrons, so it will be 2, 8, and 8. And what is the formula for aluminium and X? Aluminium valency is +3 and X is -2. So it will be Al2X3. And what is the term used to describe the atom of a same element with different? So we call them as isotopes. And identify the atom against which the relative mass is compared. They are always compared with the carbon-12. That is a definition. Average mass of isotopes is always compared with, or mass of an atom is always compared with carbon-12.